Yo, welcome to part 4 of What If Killua was in Naruto. Last time we left off was when the training exams finals were about to start. So let's get back into the story, you dig? Alright. So we go into the story with the first round of the training exams being called out. The first round says, the proctor says, first round, Naruto versus Neji Hyuga. Neji and Naruto stays in the middle while everybody else goes up and watches the match. Neji talks about Destiny and says that Destiny has already decided that you will lose. Which Naruto says that Destiny doesn't decide anything. You could change your destiny, and says that he's going to beat him to a bloody pulp like Neji did Hinata, which Neji doesn't take any offense, thinking that Naruto is just a weakling. So he doesn't take any offense from this. When the proctor says start, Neji rushes at Naruto, and Naruto rushes back at Neji. But before Neji could say use the not palm rotation, but palm strikes, Naruto disappears. Well, he's not all that fast, but from Neji's point of view, he's fast. Well, he doesn't disappear, but Naruto decides to speed up and is on par with Neji's speed. I'm talking at full power Neji. He's on par with that type of speed. So yeah, Naruto is dodging all of Neji's movements until he gets in range. Neji says, you're in range, and says, I 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Hitting Naruto with all 64 palms, and says, you're over to Naruto. Naruto just says that, just chuckles while him having his head down, and says that he hasn't given up yet. And he calls up on the Nine Tails. The Nine Tails power, which the Nine Tails gives him power to try to break out of the seal. All of Naruto's chakra points comes back, and Neji just sees a fierce power coming from Naruto. Neji is wondering what this power is coming from until he gets murked he gets murked in the face. He wonders what happened until he sees Naruto gone from the position that he was just standing in and in the position where he used to be at, and in a punch motion. But before Neji could regain his footing, he gets kicked in the back by Naruto again, sending him up in the sky flying. Naruto is now just bullying Neji like third grade guy bullied Gaara. So yeah, he's bullying Neji, and for the last hit, he punches Neji in his stomach, sending him flying to the ground and knocks him out. And the proctor declares Naruto Uzumaki the winner, which a lot of people claps for Naruto, seeing how they didn't see this from Naruto at all. As now it is Killua versus Gaara. Killua and Gaara goes into the stands. It goes into the arena, and the proctor says, "Ready, go." As soon as he says go, Gaara sends sand needles and sand bullets at Killua, which Killua is able to easily evade all of his sand. And knowing how if he's not fast enough, then he will keep getting blocked by Gaara's sand. So he decides to go for his first lightning cloak and surpasses the speed of Gaara's sand. When Gaara sees this, it just reminds him of Rock Lee way too much, and he throws a fit and goes into the Shikaku mode way earlier, reminding him of when he was getting ragdolled by Rock Lee. And Kabuto releases the Pollen Jutsu on all the civilians, and the Raikage is thinking this is the perfect time to get killua. So secretly, A gives B a message telling him to capture Killua so they can use him as a military power. Which B goes after Naruto, seeing how Naruto is going after Gaara, seeing how he's in a fit of rage, basically, as you could say. So yeah, he's chasing after Gaara while B is chasing after Naruto. Naruto and Gaara finally stops at a field, and Gaara is in his mini Shukaku form. Naruto is now fighting Gaara in his second stage cloak, with which Gaara is able to he's able to dodge. Not dodge, but he's able to block, but he doesn't see him. It's off Shukaku's instincts, not him, but Shukaku's instincts. Until Naruto just decides to end this and goes for his gate and starts bullying Mini Shukaku. Then Gaara yells out that he had enough and goes into his full-tailed beast form, which Naruto just says that this will be a drag, and decides to fight Shukaku, which he instantly notices Gaara on his head and says in his head that all he needs to do is just punch Gaara. By the time everybody else arrives, they see a Shukaku, and they're all scared. And then they yell at Naruto to tell him to get back. But everybody that is the most scared for Naruto is Stella, seeing how she thinks Naruto will die. Naruto looks back and gives all of them an ice smile and says that he will be fine. But when Naruto is turned around and not paying attention to Shukaku steps on Naruto. Well, it looks like Shukaku just stepped on Naruto and made him a ketchup packet made him look like a ketchup packet when you step on it, which everybody is wide-eyed and scared until Naruto is right behind them, is already right behind them, saying that he's not dead, and tells Shukaku that he's too slow, and then proceeds to use his fastest move. He goes full speed, activating version 2 cloak, waits off 6 gates and Godspeed at the exact same time, which his limit is only 5 minutes in. But this is all he needs. Shukaku throws a punch at Naruto, which Naruto is able to easily dodge and starts running up on Shukaku's arm, which Shukaku is flinging his arm around, trying to get Killua off, but Killua is still sticking on like glue. He gets to Shukaku's head in just a second, and punches Killua punches Gaara right in the skull, cracking it. Well, not cracking it all the way open, but he has a crack in the skull. Gaara does. When Gaara feels his punch, he instantly wakes up and then proceeds to get slammed, thrown into the ground by Naruto, which Shukaku disintegrates and screams, saying that he will kill Killua when he gets released. Naruto is about to kill Gaara until he thinks about it. Gaara is just like Naruto, but instead of doing what Naruto did and like become a nice person and tries to change the villagers like on how they think about him, Gaara just became a cold-hearted killer. So he decides to leave Gaara alive, seeing how Gaara was just misjudged and misunderstood, just like Naruto. But he just only took the wrong path, other than the path that Naruto took. And then this is when Killua decides to attack. Naruto, yes, keep in mind, Naruto hasn't deactivated all of his like stuff yet. He's still in his version 2, weights off, 6 gate, and Godspeed. And he's about to deactivate it until he senses something going at him at high speeds. He dodges off of it. He dodges and sees a huge tentacle going at him. He turns around to see the 8 tails. And he knows that he will lose, seeing how seeing how he only has 3 minutes left in this form, and he can't just punch the person, the Jinchuriki person. He has to actually beat the tailed beast. So he knows that he's either going to be captured or killed. Well, he thinks that he's going to be killed, but in reality, he's just going to be captured. So yeah, Killua decides to he can open up. Well, Killua is in his max form and decides to put all of his chakra inside of this one jutsu. Which he raises his hand and black lightning coats it. And yeah, this is what he's been training on the entire month, using black lightning. He holds his hand in the air and creates a black lightning in his hand and proceeds to say, "Lightning, obey me. Summon from the sky and obey me, something that can devour this beast." When he looks up into the sky again, he sees a huge black lightning dragon going for the tailed beast, which the tailed beast look up and sees what Killua sees. 2 black lightning dragons coming for him. A second later, a big atomic boom. A big boom that looked like an atomic bomb happens, and everyone from the village can see this. Like I'm talking about, like Orochimaru can just feel and see the power of that jutsu that just happened. Even though he's in that barrier, so he could just still feel it. 5 minutes later, all the dust and everything else clear, and they see Naruto laid out on the ground, bleeding from everywhere, from using that much chakra and everything else. So he's bleeding out of all places, laying on the ground unconscious, while Killer Bee is on the ground unconscious as well, with a lot of burnt marks on his body. Stella and everybody else goes to Naruto and picks up Naruto, limp body, and at full speed rushes Killua to the hospital. We do a week time skip. Killua finally awakens from his coma-like state. When he awakens, he sees Stella right beside him. She just awoken from sleep, seeing how she stayed in the hospital the entire week when Killua was sleeping, and she just woke up. When she looks to her side, she sees Killua awake, and she asks when he woke up. Killua says that he just woke up, and she instantly hugs him and gives him a kiss on the lips, saying that you cannot die without me. Which Killua responds and says that he wasn't planning to die, so why would you think that? And Stella just says that you're the same idiot, that I thought. That I remember. Which Killua just laughs. And then she gets a sad expression saying that the third Hokage has died in battle against the rogue ninja Orochimaru, but you became a Jonin. And in this past week, Naruto and his sensei has gotten the new Hokage, which her name is Tsunade the third. One of the 3 legendary Sannin. And she was the one to heal you. Which Naruto is shocked from all of the news that just happened. So he decides to go to the the 5th Hokage's office and sees Tsunade. Naruto asks Tsunade if he could become a mercenary, since he says that the Anbu isn't for him, seeing how when the Hokage's Anbu is too boring for him. A root Anbu does too much killing, and assassin does too, and a regular Jonin ninja is too boring. So he asked to become a mercenary and have one of his friends go with him, and says that and gives her a seal saying that if you need me at any moment, then put chakra in it and I will come forth at any time. It's basically like a summoning contract, but with a seal. Which she nods and says that, and asks who's that person, and Naruto just says his girlfriend. Killua says his girlfriend Stella, which Tsunade thinks about and says, "Sir." Naruto bows and says, "Thank you, Lord Fifth," and decides to get. He's still wearing his tux because he needs to be dripped out. So yeah, he goes to not Suno's house but Stella's house and tells her to pack her things, and cause she will be going on mercenary missions with him, which she is super happy about. And we do a week time. We go to the end of the day. Naruto and Stella is in the Hokage's office, and Tsunade gives him a scroll, giving him all of the missing ninjas in the world right now at this moment. It says that, and gives him the bounty of their head. Gives him the bounty of them wanting to be alive. So Naruto nods, tells Tsunade thank you, and then leaves the village with Stella. But before leaving, he tells all of his friends goodbye, and saying that the next time they'll probably see each other is either in 1 or 2 months. He says to be real with them, it's probably gonna be 3 to 5 months, and tells them to be strong until he gets back. So we do a 2-week time skip. There's 200 people that Tsunade wants Naruto to capture. Tsunade wants Killua to capture, and right now Killua has actually captured 10 of those people and got 10 bounties from them, and is working on the 11th until he gets summoned. But before he he gets a notification that he's about to be summoned, but before he gets summoned to the Hokage's office, he grabs Stella with him, and he is summoned to the office, which he sees Kiba. He doesn't see Shino. He sees Kiba, Neji, Shikamaru. I forgot the old buddy's name. And Choji. So yeah, he asks what are they here for, And Tsunade says that this is an asteroid mission and says to bring back the last. Tells Naruto and them to bring back the Uchiha Sasuke Uchiha he left with Orochimaru last night, in which Naruto in his head saying that which Killua says in his head, and I forgot Naruto is there too, so Killua says in his head, why did the idiot brat have to leave when he left to become a mercenary? So they go to they go on with the mission. Naruto uses his sensory abilities and senses for Sasuke's chakra until he senses Sasuke chakra, but it's suppressed, like super suppressed. And he senses 4 other people with him. And so he tells his team that he senses Sasuke, but it's super, super suppressed, like he's not even alive. And there's 4 people with him, which they get worried, hearing that Naruto thinks that Sasuke isn't alive at this point. So they put more speed in their feet and finally gets to the first one, Jiroba, which what's her name? Choji says that he'll take him along. Then it is Tayuya, which Shikamaru and Kiba takes. Then the next one is Kitamaru, which Neji takes. And the last one, Sound 4, is Jirobo, Tayuya, Kitamaru, and the two-faced person. Dang. I'm just going to call him the two-faced person because I forgot the name. So yeah, the two-faced person comes too. And I'll make Shino go on this mission too, because I need Shino to fight this two-faced man. So yeah, now it's Naruto, Stella, and Killua versus Kibimaru with a barrel Sasuke. Naruto says that tells Stella and Naruto. Killua tells Naruto and Stella to have their fun because he wants the idiot Uchiha that decided to leave the village with no questions, which they nod to. And then 10 minutes later, Sasuke gets out of the barrel and starts heading out. This is when Killua gets his cue and starts following after Sasuke. Then Sasuke stops at Madara Stone Face while Killua is on Hashirama's. Killua yells out to Sasuke to stop running from him because this is the perfect spot to fight. Which Sasuke stops in his tracks, saying that to stop trying to bring him back and he will choose his own path. Which Killua just calls him a baka since it's an idiot, and says that even though that you're an arrogant and prideful Uchiha, that he is still his mission to bring him back. Which Sasuke laughs about and says that with the power that he has now, that you cannot even defeat me. Which Killua just chuckles and says that, and asks, are you an idiot? And asks, are you stupid or are you dumb? Or are you both? Which Sasuke takes offense to and jumps at Killua. Killua is easily able to dodge all of Sasuke's movements and knees Sasuke in the stomach and and he puts chakra in his kneecap, so this joint hurts Sasuke. Sasuke is on his knees in pain with one of his ribs being broken. Killua asks, are you done playing around yet? Are you done with the warm-up yet? Because this is pretty boring. As Sasuke gets offended to this, seeing how Killua takes his takes this as not even as a warm up to him. And in his anger, he activates his 3 Tomoe Sharingan with Curse Mark 2. And he rushes at Killua. And Killua thinking that this won't give him like such a high boost, actually gets caught off guard and actually gets punched in the stomach for underestimating Sasuke. But Sasuke isn't letting up. Then he kicks Killua off the Hokage stone faces and delivers a barrage of kicks until he jumps off of Killua in midair, weaving some hand slides and says, "Fire style fireball jutsu," which Killua gets engulfed in the fireball. And Sasuke thinks he's won until he hears a laugh. And this is, of course, Killua's laugh saying, and the Killua says, "Is that all you got? You arrogant brat." Which Sasuke turns around to see Killua with not even a scratch on him, with just his clothes messed up. And then he tells Sasuke that this will cost him, seeing how this is his favorite jurip, his favorite thing to wear. By this time, Stella and Naruto has already done with Kibimaru and is just watching the fight. And Killua just starts laughing and activates. Well, he doesn't even activate. He activates Cloak 1 with taking off his weights and starts speed blitzing Sasuke. And speed blitzing, he's getting like tagged over here, tagged on his right, he's getting tagged on his left, he's getting tagged on his forehead, tagged from the back, no homo. He's getting like burn marks, scar marks from everywhere, every position. Until Killua just decides to end this, creates a Raikiri, and stabs it into Sasuke's shoulder, knocking him out. By sending an electric wave throughout Sasuke's body. When this happens, Killua takes Sasuke's body and heads back to the leaf. And then activates Godspeed, seeing how he wants to see and check up on his friends. And when he gets back, he sees everybody except Neji, like everybody else good except Neji and was Neji, Kiba, and Choji. They're in critical condition, and Naruto grabs all 3 of them and uses Godspeed to rushes into the hospital and tells them to get in what's called immediately. Nurses immediately, which the nurses do, and takes Kiba, Neji, and Choji. Then he goes to Tsunade's office. Tsunade asks how the mission goes, and Killua says that it was a success, and then proceeds to celebrate with Stella and has a date. By the end of the date, and yes, Stella's not shy anymore, so she isn't afraid to kiss Naruto on the lips. And by the end of this day, they go back to the place that they was at, looking for another missing ninja to be the best mercenary ever. This is where I'm going to end part 1 of Naruto, and we're going to start Naruto Shippuden and the next part. So, peace.